Hey guys, welcome to DevOpsSchool. These days, everything is happening in the cloud. Cloud computing is a big shift from traditional way businesses think about IT resources, and Amazon Web Services is the world's broadly adopted cloud platform. So today, we are going to learn about AWS.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOpsSchool certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Let me put it in a simple way. If you want to practice the DevOps, all the tools, but only on AWS, that you can do that. These are the services. Okay, so these are the services. Using that, you can do that. Now, see, as part of this course, what I'm teaching, I'll teach you. See, understand the flow. Okay, it's not very difficult though. Understand the flow. You write the code in IDE, correct now? Agree with me?
Yep.
Yeah. Then you scan the code and then you commit the code in the Git. And after that, you build the code. And after the package, you package and archive that code, archive that, and after that, deploy the code. So this is something you do on a regular basis. I hope you understood that. First day itself, I little bit of fun. This thing I talked about it. Agree with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes. Now, guys, if you talk about the generic world we use as a Eclipse, for example, for the ID. For scanning, we use SonarQube. I'm going to teach you. For commit, we do in the Git. And for the build, what we do is we use the Maven and all stuff like that. And Jenkins, we use for build and all. I'll teach you all this thing. For archiving, what we do, we use Artifactory or Nexus and all stuff like that. And for deploying, what we use Ansible. Agree with me, all of you?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe you have no understanding so far because we have not reached to that level. I'll teach you SonarQube, Git, Jenkins, Artifactory, and Ansible. But understand the function of SDLC cycle, right? All of you.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, you know what? You have all the services on the cloud also. Cloud9, a cloud ID for writing, running, and debugging code. Okay. Where's the code star? Code star, here it is. See here, quickly develop, build, and deploy applications. And here you see analyze and debug your applications. So code star. Something like this. Git, where's the GitHub? So code commit, store code in a private Git repository. And where's the build? Code build. And here use the pipeline also. Code pipeline, where's this code pipeline? Here it is. Jenkins. Something like this. And where do you store these artifacts? Code artifacts. Where's that? Here it is. And how do you deploy? So do we have anything? I know that services which is from the Chef and Puppet pipeline, so code deploy. See that how it is easy. Now you understand that what if you really want to practice the DevOps on AWS, these are the services for you. But I'm not teaching you. Why? Because we are teaching you the generic one, which is very popular in the domain. But you can, if you want to practice, you can complicate and you can clone all this stuff and use it. Are you understanding, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So become comfortable. It's not that difficult. For example, code commit. You might have used the GitHub, right? So same thing. It's like that. Go to the code commit. Where's the code commit, by the way? By the way, before that, let me delete this, else I'll forget and it'll keep charging my credit card and I'll have a problems. And I'll delete this one also because the requirement is over. Done. Okay, so one more thing I should clean. Target group, always I forget. And this is a really bad habit of mine. So done. Okay, so load balancer. Now our scaling group I have to show you. Just hold on for a second. So done. So now let me show you only one code commit. Go to the code commit. It's like a GitHub. Okay, there you create a repo. See, I don't have. Oh, I have a few repos also. So see, this is the repo. I have created one repo, and this is a demo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Description and create it. That's all. So this repo, how do you access? HTTP and SSH. Okay, so these all instructions you have it for creating a HTTPS access and SSH access, and this is the repository. And see, and then here HTTP URL. Back here you have right side HTTP, HTTPS and SSH. Okay, so just like that you are working. Git anyways I'll teach you, don't worry about that. Artifacts also, here you can keep these artifacts. Here you can do the builds. Here you can deploy that to the different EC2 instance. Here you can create a pipeline using YAML and some notifications. So everything you have in a very sync manner. So at a high level, did you understand that, all of you?
Yep.
Okay, so DevOps setting, you have all the services, but let's say developers, dev tools. So what are the tools devs require most of the time? Anyone would like to tell me?
IDE.
IDE, so I did talk about, no? IDE is that stuff.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put it up in this one. Okay, so to develop a code, you need a few additional code. For example, queue server you need, correct now? Right? You need a notification server. You need a mail server. All this thing you need it, right? All of you, correct now?
Yeah.
So any software you need all this thing. So how do we get it on AWS? Look at it. Let me search for it. Go to the applications side. Where do we have applications? Do you see applications? Maybe change the front end and web mobile, IoT. Let me change. Let me search for which area. So this SES inside. Where is that? Okay. The category is changed. I remember the service name, but I'm just looking for the category because you will find a hell lot of it. Machine learning, IoT, game development, front end, mobile. Let me check this. No. A developer tool, yes. No, not developer tool. Dev to applications, business applications. Yes, here it is. Okay, so now let's say you want the queue server. So what do you want? So just search in AWS queue. See a simple queue, SQS. Here you get a platform as a service. You don't have to set up a queue server. Just go ahead and create it, and you get it. SQS. See, create a queue. As many queue you want it, create it. Standard first in first out. Name of this queue. Set this for this thing and create it. And then after that you can use this. So if you're a developer, it's very easy. If you want to send a notification, notification means what? Notification means, let's say you subscribe for nowadays everywhere is a notification, right? You have in email notifications, that in app notifications, some browser notifications and all. If you subscribe to some group, you get a notifications, email and all. So all these things, where do you get it? We call it SNS. Here it is, some simple notification services. So you can subscribe for it and just pay for it. I have 2 topics, by the way, maybe from the previous demo. And delete. I'm just deleting it. Delete me. The paid services. Delete me. and done. You can create a topic. Let's say FIFO or standard SNS topic. What is the name of it? Let's say DevOps School, something like that. My topic, class info. Okay, and then all this thing you can go for this and create it all. What is this? DevOps School. Create a topic. What is this? Dot. Yeah. Create a topic. Done. Now anyone who subscribe for this topic, any message I sent it to this, you get an email. For example, so create a subscription. Here you can subscribe for this and through email or whatever it is and get a message. So how do you send a message? So you can send a message using go to topics, click on these topics, publish message. You can send a message, hey, I am having class today. I'm having class today. Again, if you're a developer, then it will be easier for to understand because these all are dev tools, all this thing, and it's the message and send it. That's all. Now anyone who has subscribed for that topics, thousands of people. This is SMS. Let's say if you want SMTP server, then you have to use SES. Okay, SES services. So for that, where to get it? Click SES here. So you can create a SMTP server here, and then it's a paid services charge you by sending an email and stuff like that. So yeah, these are the dev tools. These are the DevOps tools which you can use it and get. Are you having any questions so far?
I want to understand what like the queue server would be used for.
Queue server basically, okay, I'll put it in a, it's okay. So queue server basically what is happening? See here. Sometimes this is the web server, this is the app server, and this is the database server. Sometimes what happens? There's a millions of requests which we have, and your application server cannot process. Why? Maybe you can process only 1,000 requests per minute. This guy also can request thousands of requests per minute. But this is the capacity of application server. Now, if you suddenly give 10,000 of requests, this server will crash, right? Correct now?
Yeah.
So what is happening? Then architecture suggests, hey, do one thing. Don't lose any request. Let it keep coming, and we'll store it in the queue. Okay, this is a different server. We store all this request in the queue, and from the queue, application servers will take it up and process it. Only 1,000 requests they will take it up and process it per minute. So that way, the application server is not crashed, and same time users are also not dissatisfied.
Okay.
So this is the queue server. Now the question is, how do we set it up? So this whole work has been outsourced to the AWS. That means you just create a handle and then using the application server. You don't need to worry about the infrastructure side of it. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, again, it's a pretty long topic. You just check this out. Probably if you're a developer, then you find an interest in that and get going. Any other questions, guys, which you have?
No.
Okay, now guys, I'm going to talk about few other services, which is I missed it because of in a flow. And now what are the services? One of the services I missed it, and that is called auto scaling. What is the auto scaling? Auto scaling means number of servers will grow and reduce depends on the load. Okay, depends on the some load, CPU load, and all. Let's say how many machines you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 machines are there. Now 6 machines are there. Now let's say loads are too much. So this 6 machine cannot handle that traffic. So what we do? Add more machines actually. Or let's say you have a very less traffic. So why to pay for this so many machines? Reduce that machines actually. Are you understanding? Simple way. Auto scaling. Scaling means scale up, scale down. It should be done automatically. Are you understanding?
Yep. Like based on demand.
Yes. So how do we do that? So guys, that options you have in the EC2 itself. That is a, so I'll just go to the EC2. And guys, look at my screen here. I'll create a simple auto scaling because not too many wastage of resources. I should do that. So where should I go? By the way, volumes I have not deleted. So I should delete because I will miss it for sure. So see, this is available. Windows and Linux. These are all paid services. So you'll have to pay for it. My account is charging. And delete. Okay. So I believe yes. Now I'm going to create here. You see these two options. Auto scaling. So what is the launch configuration? Launch configuration means which machine, what kind of machines you want to add it. And auto scaling group means when to add, when to delete. That's the things. So let me create first launch configurations, which machines you want to add it. So I'm going to create a launch configurations. Now this is the launch configuration. Let's say I want CentOS, or let's say CentOS Ubuntu because it's the quick services. Ubuntu LC, Ubuntu LC, Ubuntu launch configuration. Now which AMIs? Of course, I'll go for. I have to select the AMIs, and unfortunately, this naming is not good. Not good. So what should I do? No problem. I'll just go here, click here, click launch. I need the AMI ID. Each AMI has a certain IDs. So let's say Ubuntu I decided, right? So this is the AMI. That's all. So here you select the AMI ID, and here it is. It's very easy. Now you have to select the type. What type you want to add it? This hardly matters right now. All this high configuration, that T2 Nano is okay. 1 CPU, half GB RAM. Choose. Now sports also you can go for it, but it's not persistent. It's cheaper, but if you want to attach with some instance profile, that's okay. You want to enable monitoring, that's okay. And root 8 GB, that's okay. And auto scaling group name, security group name is this one, and the 22 port is open, and and key pair, which is demo, something like that. I don't remember. Demo session, and acknowledge. That's all. So these are launch configurations I created. Now using this launch configurations, I'm going to create a rule for it. That's where auto scaling group I'm creating. So here I create auto scaling group, ASD we call it in short quickly. And here what launch configuration? So I have created one, and that is still pending actually, right? Why it's not come? Just wait for it. Let me check that why it's not come. Auto scaling group. Hey, I created, right? Sorry, launch configuration. And it is available, yeah. So it's available now. Group, ASG group. You create ASG. Now select the template. Now see here. Now it came next. Now here, which VPC, which availability zone next. And here, do you want to attach with load balancer also? Now guys, this is a nice section. So what will happen? The traffic will be controlled at the load balancer. Then you can attach the load balancer also, but for that right now we don't have. So here I'm going without a load balancer, and next. Now here, this is important one. So how many desire you want? Let's say 2 I want. What is the minimum capacity? 1. Maximum 3. This can be 300 also. Okay. Now the here scaling policies. So when to increase, when to decrease. So here CPU utilization, if it is more than 50%, I'll put it 10%. Okay, because of 5%. This is a worst setting, but I'm doing it so that way it will be created. Are you understanding my points? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should not keep it like that. It should be somewhere close to 70%. That means what I'm trying to say, hey, minimum desired capacity to start with, begin with 2, minimum capacity 2, maximum 3. And the rule is, if the average utilization of CPU is more than 5%, which is worse, I mean, you should not set up this for the demo, then do that. And if you want to reduce also, scale out. See, this is a scale in processing, and this you want to reduce it, you can do that scale out policies. And then next, and notification for the messages, next, and almost done, and create also. Now I should be having maximum 3 machines, minimum 2 machines, and you should go to this, click on the SG and instance management. See here, pending, 2 machines got created. You want to see that? Go ahead here and see here. Keep refreshing. See, this is the 1 machine has come, T2 Nano, you can check this. And this 1 more machine has to come. We should be in a still 3. Running filter is on, so it will come only if it is running. Okay. Let me disable this running, and here pending. See, this is pending, it will come in the running in few seconds. So this is the way. Now what will happen, depends on the load of CPU, which I said, it will go up to this, up to the 3 machines which I set it up. See, instance now running 2. Okay, instance management, this UI is little, it's not so, and 2 machines is running, and launch template applied, and all this thing. You should be having little patience. You should forget about your ease of using, because this UI you won't be able to enjoy without having that your anger out of you. If you feel angry, then you will not be able to learn AWS, because so many UIs are there. It's just I got a habit, so I'm not completing, but I remember my early days of using this AWS, and I was getting very frustrated. Understood, guys, all of you?
Yep.
So this is the way. Now automatically it will take, so automatically Cloud Watch will check that CPU utilization, and it will keep adding it, depends on the set design. Now the next question is, what is a Cloud Watch? So Cloud Watch, see, in AWS so many resources we have learned. I want to write it down, or rather than you guys only tell me which are the resources you have learned so far. Tell me, starting with services.
EC2.
First one, IAM. Second one, EC2. Third one, EBS. Fourth one, EFS. Fifth one, S3. Sixth one, VPC. What else? A load balancer, auto scaling group, and all this stuff, right? Did we? And then DevOps tool, and dev tool. And the dev tool and DevOps tool, I did not show you the demo. I just saw intro because it was not required, because anyways I'm teaching you different stuff in this session. Okay, so these are all the resources we'll learn. Now how do you monitor it? That's the question. All these resources. So in this course I'm teaching you Datadog, guys. I'll teach you, if you are a part of SRE, I'll teach you Neuralink also, Datadog also, and few more are there, probably Datadog, Neuralink, and this one, Elastic, Splunk. Yeah, so these are the things I'll teach you. If you're in DevOps, probably Datadog you learn, and I need to check that stuff also. So many tools we are teaching in terms of observability. But if you want to only use the AWS for everything, then for monitoring, which tools you're going to use it, which services you're going to use it. And that is where, guys, AWS Cloud Watch comes into the picture. Cloud Watch. Let me tell you here, guys, any monitoring, I repeat, any monitoring at AWS, whether it's done by AWS or it's done by you will have to use the cloud monitoring. Some of this monitoring is inbuilt free of cost, and so the monitoring which is paid, you can enable it. So you see that here, there's a monitoring enabled here. See here, look at it. So if you go to the EC2 instance also, monitoring is enabled. See here, look at the learner, click on the monitoring. Where is this monitoring? Here, monitoring tab. CPU, RAM, and all things, blah, 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 things is coming. Now, where do we see this consolidated information? You can see in the Cloud Watch. Cloud Watch. Cloud Watch. Here. So guys, this is the place you can check all the whichever the things is monitoring. So here you can set alarms also, you can have a logs also, you can get all the matrices. The matrices I'll show you because it's very simple. And let's say which one, EC2, and here these are all the EC2. You can filter by and select that which EC2 instance you want it. Okay, here you can name the instance name and filter it. This is a consolidated one from last 3 hours, 12 hours, all this stuff. This is the disk and CPU, two. So all these matrices you have it here. You can create a reports, actually add to dashboard. Here a dashboard, here alarms, and few other stuff also. So CloudWatch is basically a place where all the services of AWS monitoring, which is enabled default, or additional monitoring, which is the paid services, you can enable it. You can see it here, all the data. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One more services I want to talk about, and that's called CloudFormation. Now, what is a CloudFormation? So, guys, CloudFormation basically, I think some of you might have attended one session in Terraform. Yeah. So Terraform, you can code for AWS, Azure, and GC, and hundreds of different providers. But you know what? CloudFormations, you can code for all AWS resources, services. Simple. So that means if you want to only automate the CloudFormations, AWS services, and only want to do with the AWS, CloudFormation is best. But if you want the multi-provider automation, then Terraform is the best. So you should decide. So here, if you see, go ahead and look at the CloudFormations. It's a YAML file or JSON file only. You have to do that. You don't need to learn. Just be comfortable. If someone will talk to you, hey, how do you automate that services of AWS? Then we say, yeah, CloudFormations or Terraform, like that. So here you can create a stake. Here template, some template you can use it, and this template you can put it up here. This is the lamp stake. This is the code. If you want to see that code here, this is in Terraform. We have coding here. Also, you have a coding. These are all the codings. Okay. So this is the visualizations also, which you are creating. So you are creating one security group. Here you are creating instance. For this, you have a code somewhere down. It's JSON YAML supported. By the way, for CloudFormation supports almost 99% of the services which you can automate it and then run it. So this CloudFormation is a place where you can run the code in YAML or JSON supported by CloudFormations to create the resources using the code. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yep.
Yeah. So don't try to stress and learn all this thing. When the project requirements will come up, of course you'll find a ways. But right now, become comfortable, because I'm teaching you a better tool for this problem, and that's called Terraform. Also, if you want to get comfortable with these tools, get comfortable. But let me tell you, all this replacement tool I'm teaching you in this course, and that is all this stuff. Okay. So, anyways, it's a part of the session. But yes, AWS, you should know, it's like ocean. Everything you have it here. everything. Now let's say Kubernetes cluster, you want to create it. So you have EKS clusters here. See here, EKS. Where's this? See here, first one. That means they will manage your clusters. Just need to deploy the nodes and deploy the pods and applications. It's a full managed cluster. You can check the pricing here. Let's say, do you know the Docker Hub? I don't know how many of you know that. Docker Hub, where you can find the Docker images, which I'll talk about in the next session tomorrow, in fact. So ECR, registry services, here you have. Where's this? Here, third one. ECR, Elastic Container Registry. So that is also, you can learn and get started. Okay, all of you, any questions, any doubts so far?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so now next thing is, how do we practice it? So many of the services I have already demoed it. Okay, that's called fundamental services. So fundamental services, which is like this one, and this one. These all are fundamental services. But yeah, DevOpsSchool, DevTool, Cloud Watch, promotions and stuff like that. Just I intro the services and use cases of it. Now the question is, how do you learn? So first thing, you will have a recordings, and these recordings, and you will have a LMS access where we'll have a detailed recording for each and every services. So if you find interesting, let's say you want to learn EKS, so you have recordings for that. If you want to learn Cloud Watch, you have recordings for that. So again, you have a detailed one for each topics, 1 or 2 hours of sessions you have in LMS. You can check it out. Now there is a step-by-step tutorials also I must share with you, and that is here. And if you go here, these are all the labs. This for the computing, this for database, this for IAM, this is the networking, this for the storage and stuff like that. So just let's say if you go for computing, so here you see lab exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So click on it. See you. So if you forget that, you have all these options available. So you can just do this. Let's say lab 5. The space seems to be empty. I'll just check this. Yeah, like this. Yeah, so here you have all this, whatever I showed you the demo and all. Same thing. You can practice it. Go back. Let's say storage. Storage, you have EFS, EBS and all. Here you go. Are you understanding, all of you? Okay, so now we'll spend some time on the questions. If you want to learn any specific services which you want to see that, you can feel free to ask the questions and I'll help you.
It's slightly different, Rajesh. Is there any way we can connect one of the Google ID providers to provide IAM authentication?
Sorry, you said IAM authentication to what?
Google ID providers, OpenID.
OpenID. See, IAM connecting, user connecting with see, root account, you can do that very well. That's called MFN. Let me show you that. But users enabling that, I'm doubtful. No, I think you should not be able to.
I have seen that option for Google ID, but unfortunately I could not figure out what should be the URL for Google ID authentication.
Root you can, for the root user, you can do that MFA.
No, I'm not talking about MFA. I'm talking about open authentication, OpenID authentication. So if you go to identity providers, just go to identity provider. Not here in the left pane, identity providers. Just go slightly below.
Okay, here. Okay. Okay, single sign-on.
Yeah. Again, if you'll scroll down, I think there is an option called OpenID authentication.
Just a second. I have not checked that actually. Organization activity credentials. No.
No, just add provider, then you will get two options.
Searching for add providers.
Yeah, add providers. No. In the right pane, just click on that button, ID provide, add provider.
Can you spell it one more? Add provider.
Add provider. In the right side, of the form.
Okay, here. Okay, sorry. And here, okay. This is the
OpenID Connect.
Single sign-on. Yep.
Right side, OpenID Connect.
This is SSO, single sign-on. So single sign-on, it can be anything. So here,
I'll tell you what was the challenge for me. See, the thing is that when we are practicing it, we really do not have access to any kind of maybe ID providers. So for that, probably OpenID Connect is a better option because I think we can get access to authentication through Google.
Right. Yeah. So if you have a Google Workspace access, do you have a Google Workspace access?
Oh, okay. No, I don't have.
So Google Workspace will have this. This is a business email ID.
Mm-hmm.
Try with that, though I have not tried, but here you should be able to do that. So this supports the OpenID stuff. Okay.
So yeah, maybe if you can figure out, then please let me know. Again, this.
Sure, I'll try and offline. If I could get it, I'll let you know.
And the second challenge is for S3. Basically, I want to make the S3 bucket as fully accessible on the internet, but somehow it was not working. That policy was not working. Maybe I can share you a screenshot offline.
I can share with you this policy immediately. Just a second. Hold on. I'm having that policy for me. And AWS S3 policy public. So in Google also you'll find an updated one.
Somehow it was not working for me. Again, I spent quite some time on that. It was giving some syntax error or something like that. So yeah, you can provide me. Let me try it again. In case I'm getting any kind of error, I'll send you offline. I'll send you an email offline.
Yes.
What's the best way to do that?
Yeah. So these examples, see, these examples will work. Here only we have to change this one.
Yeah, I have done that, but somehow it was basically giving me that error message on the last line.
You can send the policies to me to my email address, and I'll just check and then see that what is the mistakes actually. Most of the time I feel it's like a JSON issues actually.
Okay.
I'll try and let you know.
Sure. Thanks, Rajesh.
Yep. Any other questions, guys?
Not at the moment.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this session now. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you Docker Advanced. So Docker is like a small tool, so I can teach you end to end everything. And again, if you come with the preparations with the questions and all, that will be great. And I'll see you in the tomorrow's meeting. Bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to hundreds of playlists and thousands of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.